Everybody, it's Antonio Four here, CEO, music director at Growing the Gift School of Music. And this is a music school where I'm just teaching musicians the basics and the fundamentals, and as well as some expert things on their instruments. I've been felt led in my spirit to teach musicians in the church and even the absolute beginner who's just learning an instrument want to begin to use this musical gift for more than just playing at home, but use it for church or use it for worship or even for songwriters. You know, myself, I'm a songwriter, producer, and a musician, and I love serving in the worship ministry with the musical gift. But here today, I am just looking to teach you. This lesson is just going to be a very, very simple, quick lesson on the piano. The first step, the first thing that you need to know as you're learning piano. So the first thing that you need to know is simply the notes. A lot of people get afraid of, they look at the notes on the keyboard and they say, man, I can't, what is all of this? What is all this? They get intimidated by the piano. When they see notes, it's just like, oh, I don't want nothing to do with this. But honestly, it's not as hard as it looked. And I want to simplify it. I'm all about making it easy, so that you can apply this stuff quickly and be able to use it for whatever you're using it for. Whether you're a music producer, or again, like I said, if you're doing worship at the church, or if you just want to learn, this video is for you. So the first thing, when you learn the piano, you want to know the notes. Now you see, if you're looking at everything, it's like, wow, what are all these notes? It's not as hard as you think. We're going to focus on one section of the piano and it'll open up the whole entire piano. And I'll explain to you what I mean. But first thing first, we're going to learn. First of all, there's the first thing that you need to know is that there's only 12 notes that you need to know, right? I know you're looking at this and you're like, how? How's that even possible? There's only 12 notes that you need to know on this keyboard because there's things that it repeats itself. And I'll explain to you how. So the first note you need to know is C. All right. Now this is considered middle C. So this is the middle C that's in the middle. Okay. Now, how you find that C, this is what I teach my students, is you see these two black keys? Okay. The C is always in front of that first key. So when you see these two black keys here, the C is always there, right? So I do this little game with students. I teach them. I say, well, let's do the first. Show me all the C's on the keyboard. So you'll go from middle C. You go to this next one because it's right here, here, here. And there's one at the end there. And if we go down, there's one here, here, here. And then back to middle C. You see? That's only one note, right? Easy. Easy so far. It gets easier, trust me. So these two black notes, just kind of reviewing. When you see these two black notes, C is always there, okay? All right, now the next note I want to teach you is F. So whenever you see these three black keys here, so we already went through the two keys here, which is here. Now we're going to go to the three black keys here. When you see these three black keys, F is always right here, right? Okay? So you got an F here, you got F here, you got F here, here, and here. All right? Now, I want to show you the cool part. So how do you connect the C and the F? So if you go, we just looking at white keys right now, okay? So if you go from the C that we learned, which is this middle C, if you do the alphabet, you do C, D, E, F. So now you back to that F, right? So that's how you know these notes. This is how you start learning your notes. So if we do C, D, E, F, what's after F? G, okay? So now after G, you go A, B, C. So it's A, B, C. You follow me? You see how easy that is? Okay? So look, that's what? That's already 7 notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, 8 if you count that C at the end, but it's pretty much 7 notes that you just learned already. I'm gonna go back. Let's recap. So when you see these two black keys, that's C. Okay? When you see these 3 black keys, I press them together so I don't confuse you. I'm sorry. F is always in front of these 3 black ones. All right? So you got C, D, E, F, G. And remember, you go back to A, B, C. That's it. Okay, that's the first 7 notes. Now, we're gonna learn all 12 of these notes today, because once you learn these and you know them, you know them. Okay. So these black keys are called sharps and flats. They have two names. So one note can have two names. So we're gonna start with this one that's above the C. This is called a C sharp. So if you're going up the piano, every black key will be considered sharp. Okay. Now if you're going down the piano, every note will be considered a flat. Okay. I'll recap that a little bit. Don't worry if you didn't catch it. Okay. So right now this is C sharp, right? So now we know that this is a D right here, because if we do C, D, we know that this note must be a D sharp, right? This is a D sharp. So right now we have a C sharp, D sharp, right? Now we're going to jump over to F. We know that when you see these three black keys, F is here. So when you go up a half step, that's F sharp. You go up. Now we know that the note next to it is a G. When you go up, this is a G sharp. So we know that when this one is an A, this note is an A, the next one will be A sharp. You following me? Now, C sharp, D sharp, F sharp, G sharp, A sharp. Easy, right? Now, what I was saying is if you go backwards, it's considered a flat. So we left off on A sharp. Now, if we go up a half step, this is a B. So this note, remember I told you these black keys have two names. So this is A sharp. It is A sharp. Well, actually, you know what? I'll tell you what. Let me go back to C sharp. This is C sharp, right? Now, if you was to go backwards, this could be a D flat. This is the other name for it. So D flat. So now we know that this is a D sharp. This note, if you go backwards, this is an E flat. E flat, because the E is right here. If you go here, this is an F sharp, but the note in front of above it is a G, so this will be a G flat. So that's the other name. So this is A flat and then B flat, so that you understand. There's a reason it's important to know these notes, because once you know them, you can identify them, and then these lessons will become very, very easier for you. But let me tell you something. I'm going to recap. So C sharp or D flat, D sharp, E flat, F sharp, G flat, G sharp, A flat, A sharp, B flat. All right. So take some time to study these notes. It makes it so much easier. All right. And if you already know this stuff, then we're going to move on to the next video. All right. But so now, guys, listen, you learned all your notes. This is those are the only 12 notes you need to know. Because remember, I said to you earlier that once you know them in one place, you will know them through the whole entire keyboard. So let's do a recap of each note. We got C, C sharp, D, D sharp, E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A sharp, B, C. That's it. That's all the notes on the piano. I want you to learn these notes, and then after you learn these notes, progress on to our next video. Thank you, guys.